Herzer!
Left, right, left, right.
New orders? No?
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Paid late. Again.
Yes. Hersteller Teufel! Hey, Herzer! Yes.
Must be an important lesson in this. But what? Hundred and one, 102, 103.
Again and again and again.
Aye.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
152, 154. New orders? No?
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Must be an important lesson in this. But what?
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
Ours is not to reason why.
Hail Hunter!
Our ballista, your command.
Got sand aplenty in them. Can't take it anymore.
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes.
A lesson in humility coming now.
God, Nichols. Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Yes. Destillat Zweifel! In retreat!
What do you want of me?
For Rivia! Hunter. Wise choice.
Armor won't serve.
front yet again.
Are we here?
We must trust each other.
Scheiß! In trade!
Give me a target. Our ballista, your command. Armor won't save.
Then one day, gazing towards the horizon, the Queen spotted Lyrian banners whipping about in the wind.
At long last,
She said with a smile. Meve resolved to speak with the commander, one Baronet Eldar. It was the first time they met, and the youth very much impressed her. Yet instead of questioning Eldar about the foe's troop movements, Reynard took the conversation down a seemingly irrelevant path.
And how's your father, if I may ask? In good health, I hope?
Yes, though he still nurses that bump he suffered while hunting last winter. Yet he's not one to complain. I'll tell him you asked.
Irritated at the trivial nature of the conversation, Meve gave her horse a dose of her reins and cantered off. Once Eldar and his men were safely behind them, she took Reynard aside.
Reynard, this is no time for gossip and pleasantries. We are at war.
Yes, Your Majesty. And in such times, little should be taken at face value. Even a man's name.
Get to the point, Reynard.
Eldar's father died a month past. His son, I venture, should have known as much.
But that means... Oh, the bastard. Impeccable accent, though.
I fear he's rather representative of what we face. Nilfgaardian spies are ever well prepared.
Tell me, how did you know?
He wears no mourning on his armor. Were it not for that, I dare say I might never have guessed. What are your orders, Your Grace? To observe these Nilfgaardian mummers?
Assemble a force. Tell them to follow our new allies. Observe them closely.
As you wish, Your Grace.
Reynard's scouts did as ordered, watching the false Lyrians while themselves remaining unseen. Soon after, a scout returned with news that the false Lyrians seemed headed for Rastburg, a castle several leagues to the north. The false Lyrians approached Rastburg Castle. They sought to convince the defenders to open the gate. As their commanders negotiated with the commander on the ramparts, the remaining infiltrators crouched hidden behind a wall, awaiting the signal to rush forth.
Time for Baronet Elder to join his falsely claimed father.
Muttered the Queen.
Follow me!
They found us! Sega not to eat!
Alba!
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Right!
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Cannot fear! For Rivia!
Left, right, left, right.
Excellent Seifel!
This artist will be reaping black-clad heads. Give me a target.
El Herzer!
Arbalist at your command.
Off to the front yet again.
If you insist.
Armor won't serve.
Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
Discipline, that is what you folk lack.
One vote.
Very good.
The castle is secure, Your Grace.
The Nilfgaardians found themselves in a clinch. As boiling oil and tar rained down on them from the walls, they attempted to retreat. Yet Meave's halberdiers cut off their path, and at the fight's end, Meave was victorious. The garrison commander now knelt by the body of the purported Baronet Eldar, in truth a Nilfgaardian spy. He shook his head in disbelief.
He addressed me by name. Knew our watchwords. Why, if you hadn't come along, Your Grace, I fear even to think on it.
Let this be a lesson, then. Trust no one, not a living soul.
Though victory was theirs, the Lyrians left Rasburg in mightily low spirits. They now knew well that Nilfgaard's spies were no less a threat than its heavy cavalry, than its war machines that spit fire.
Milady, if I may, the enemy yet lurks. You must bolster your force. You must incorporate a detachment from my unit.
Meave's retinue was riding through a narrow gully when a shrill cry cut the air.
Anwend in order!
The gully came alive, and soldiers in black armor rushed forth. A cry in turn went up and down Meave's ranks. Ambush!
Defensive formation!
Must be an important lesson in this. But what?
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
101, 102, 103.
Trouvé, ni gloire!
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes. Alba!
Lyria! Ach, Scheiß! In train!
One vote.
Off to the front yet again.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
highly curious case.
Keep calm, Tiberius.
Give me
Our ballista, your command.
What do you want of me?
You can try to win them all, but you won't. Scheiß in Trade!
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Grotto dum anime est. Peste.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
I want them taken alive! I need answers!
After the skirmish, the Queen's troops brought several Nilfgaardian prisoners before her. Reynard, who had the best command of their mongrel tongue, interrogated. His first question? How many battalions were marching on Dravograd?
Kes, Zagdran, Ep, Dravograd, Ven.
The prisoners whispered feverishly, then one spoke on their behalf. They would answer no questions until the Queen pledged to free them in return. The Lyrian soldiers saw this as arrogance and said as much.
Conditions they're giving us now? Sons of whores! I say, we find a tree with a strong bough, several...
I know not the custom in Nilfgaard, but here in the north, the vanquished do not make demands.
Meve gazed at the prisoners.
Since you do not wish to speak, you shall remain forever silent. Ready a rope!
That day, Meve demonstrated she would show the invaders no mercy. The Lyrians marched off, strengthened in their resolve, prepared to fight to the death.